Visual or vision impairment is a partial or total inability of visual perception. In the absence of treatment such as corrective eyewear, assistive devices, and medical treatment, visual impairment may cause the individual difficulties with normal daily tasks, including reading. To empower ourselves more in this area, we look forward to Dr. G. Victoria Naomi, a prominent figure in the field of special education, particularly focusing on visual impairment. A hearty welcome to you, ma'am.
Good evening to all of you. I am very much honored to be here at this serene place where we could feel only love and kindness. I am privileged not only to address the audience, but to, above all, to get the blessings of our Swami. At the outset, I would like to thank Dr. Karna Munshi ma'am for their personal invitation to me and the organizers for the invite. My focus for today's presentation is about persons with visual impairment, inclusion for persons with visual impairment. So inclusion, as we all know, helping all students succeed. A school for all children, all students to succeed. A school belongs to all that we know. According to whatever the potentialities, the capability they have, they should succeed to the maximum level. That is inclusion. Children that learn together, they learn to live together. Children do not discriminate against others until the adult, the parents, the teachers, or the media instill prejudice in them. Otherwise, children don't discriminate others. They all feel one. We, the parents, we, the teachers, we instill the prejudice in the children. So inclusion, when they learn together, they learn to live together. When they learn to live together, we'll get the harmonious society. So inclusion for disability is not just a placement. It is about embracing the diversity. Diversity, everywhere. If I ask a question to the teachers sitting over here, who are today's students? Collectively and individual. Who are today's students? They answer diverse learners, diversity. So this is the reality, this is the order of the day. So therefore, each child is a unique learner. The aim of education is to ensure that all students experience equitable access to education. Dr. Manjula previously screened a diagram. I also have the same diagram. I explain with how it is equitable, how we can give equitable access to education. You see the diagram, two diagrams. The one on the left is, they are provided with the same type, same height of standing table to watch the football match. There is a fence. In that, they are watching the football match. Older child and the somewhat smaller child and the one in a wheelchair. So these we are giving equal opportunity for the children to see. The older child is very much comfortable. The second one, the child is limping the leg and watching the football match. The other one, the wheelchair user is not seeing anything at all. But we are given equal opportunity to all. This is giving equal opportunity. And the next one, the next picture when you see, we removed the older child, the standing table we removed for the older child. He can very well see without any adaptation, without any provision of anything. The second child who is limping in the first picture, we have given one more additional support to the child. Now he can see the match. And the third one, we can give additional support. Some raised kind of table we have given, and now all the three children are witnessing the match. This is equitable access to education. equality, wherever equal opportunity is needed, we should provide equal opportunity, and wherever equitable access to education is needed, we have to provide equitable access to children. And inclusion is welcoming diversity, educating. We have to welcome the diversity. Welcome means, come, we should welcome, in such a way we should have the attitude to welcome the diversity. And inclusion is educating all children in a classroom. Diverse learners, we should meet the needs. Educating by providing or creating teaching learning environments for all children in the classroom. Collaborating. The teachers should collaborate with the teacher education programs, the educational personnel. All should collaborate, the major stakeholders, the government bodies, the NGOs, the service providers. Inclusion demands collaboration with other stakeholders. And inclusion is designing. Design the curriculum, design the flexible curriculum, design the teaching methods, techniques, and design the architecture to remove the barriers. When we construct a building, if we spend 2% of extra money, the entire campus will be barrier-free environment for them to move easily, to navigate easily. So we should think, how do I design the architecture? How do I design the curriculum for all children in a classroom? My focus of today's presentation is about visual impairment. Visual impairment, Human Rights 1948 says, every child has right. Education is a fundamental right to all, our constitution says. But still, there is difficult for the visually impaired children to get access to education. Blindness created lot of difficulty. Illiteracy, poverty, and social exclusion. They lead to first illiteracy, then lead to poverty, then social exclusion. Cyclic problem they have. Cascading effect they have. How do they address this issue? Out of 37 million visually impaired population, global population, India alone has 15 million population visually impaired. Large number of people with visual impairment in India. Government of India and state governments have taken various efforts and initiative to address the issues, address the prevention of blindness, prevention of other techniques, offering other techniques, and inclusive model. Lot of efforts have been done. Still, there are a lot of areas to be addressed to offer the education to visually impaired population. And lack of sight imposes a range of limitations. There are very range. I'll say a few limitations only. Limitations in a range of experience. We are seeing this room, and when a sighted person can see the room, in 2-3 minutes we can say what is room it is about. How the arena is, how many tables are there, how the height is, where is Swami is, Swami's photo is, everything we can say in 2 minutes. But what about a blind person who is coming to this room? It takes a lot of hours, months, years even to understand the room. So they lack a range of experience which we sighted persons have. The first difficulty is limiting or reduction in range of experience. And second one is reduction in mobility. They limit their mobility. They cannot walk around as they wish. When we wish, wherever we want, we can go. I want to go to Chennai, we can go. I want to go here, I want to move out of the room, immediately we can leave. But the mobility is arrested because of the lack of vision. Wherever they want, whenever they want, they cannot move around. They have to depend on the others to move around. And they cannot control the environment. Suppose I am a visually impaired person. I want to have my personal things to somebody else here. Can I control the room? Can I control anybody? Who is beside me? Who is there? Who is in front of me? Who is all others? How can I express my feelings to others? I cannot control as a sighted person does it. So controlling the environment is also the greatest limitation for the visually impaired persons. To overcome these limitations only, inclusion came into play to address the issues and make them very inclusive in the society. And there is no typical visually impaired person. We have totally vision impaired person, one category, and there are persons who have residual vision, remaining vision, limited vision they have. And they are not the typical visually impaired person. We cannot say one low vision person, one residual vision person we cannot see. Depending on the structure of the impairment, it varies. So educational needs also vary. I show a diagram. You see this diagram, there is a Taj Mahal diagram, picture. A person with normal vision can see the first picture. In total, you can see. There are certain persons, certain individuals, they have blurred vision, overall blurriness, overall cloudiness. They cannot see the pictures clearly. Overall blurredness is seen in the second picture. And third picture, when we see, there are certain individuals who have lost their peripheral vision. The side vision is lost, but the central vision intact. So they cannot see what is on the side of this. If I don't have the side vision, I cannot see what is the other side. I can see only center. If I have only peripheral vision lost, if a person with peripheral vision lost, I can see a person's nose in the face. The entire face, I can see only the nose of a person. So this implication is there. There are other individuals, they have peripheral vision, but the central vision is lost. They don't have any central vision, they cannot see. They always have to move side and see anything else. So these are the simple implications of the structure of the impairment has implications. Depending on the vision impairment, educational or employment provision or social skill, any skill should be provided. An inclusive classroom. The researchers in child development, sociology, and special education concluded that blind children grow, flourish, and achieve greater self and social fulfillment by being nurtured in a least restrictive environment. Least restrictive environment is free, inclusive setup. They can go anywhere, they can go to the playground, they can go to any class, they can go out, they can commute in the bus, they can come home, go back. The environment is least restricted. Whereas if it is a residential setup, it is restricted environment. Residential setup, it is restricted. They cannot move around anywhere. Only in the school setup, they can go. So in the least restrictive environment, that is inclusive setup, visually impaired children grow, flourish, and achieve greater self and social fulfillment. The curriculum designed for ordinary children is generally suitable for the visually impaired children. But there are certain adaptations needed. And what are the adaptations? Let me quickly, in 2 minutes, I will explain to you. So that is in a printed book. We are giving, all are having, sighted persons are having printed book. Any sighted person, hearing impaired person or the child with learning disability or any child who is having sight have printed books. How does the book, how does a visually impaired child use this printed book? We have to duplicate the book into tactile format or the audio format or the digital format for the visually impaired children. That is duplication of what is existing in this school, what is existing for other children. That we can duplicate to the visually impaired children. And next one is the modification. Suppose in a classroom, second grade classroom, the teacher is teaching the concept of, the plant. The teacher is teaching the concept of plant to the child in a classroom. The teacher will draw the diagram. In her classroom, there is a visually impaired child, imagine. The teacher will draw the diagram on the blackboard and explain this is root system, shoot system, leaves, and the stem, everything the teacher will explain to the students. And what about the visually impaired child in this classroom? And the teacher should be creative, imaginative. This child is also my child. I am paid for this child also, not for the 29 child. I am paid for my 30 children. She is one of the children in the classroom. She is a child in the classroom, no discrimination at all. How do I help this child? The teacher, if she is creativity, she can pluck a plant outside of the classroom and give it to the child immediately. She can do it. This is root. It will take only 2 minutes time. Or she can ask the peers to pluck a plant and teach this child. Anything can be possible. So this is modification of teaching in this classroom. And substitution. Suppose the teacher is teaching the concept of color in a classroom. A visually impaired child is also there. How does he substitute color? Totally vision impaired child. What is black? What is red? What is white? What is green? She doesn't know. How do I address this to my child? So now we have to substitute the technique of teaching this. How do I substitute this technique? So we can associate the color with an item. Milk is white. We can say. We cannot say white. We cannot say black. We cannot show the black. We can associate things with the colors. Milk is white. Leaves are green. Blood is red. Crow is black. Wood is brown. Like that we can make the child to learn. Okay, at least the fact she knows. The child can know. Even though she's not able to understand what is, she understand black. Anywhere she'll say black. Black hair is black. Everywhere the child will understand this is black. So we can substitute the teaching methods in this way to help the visually impaired children in the classroom. Omission. So in a picture of primary school children, a book of primary school, there are many pictures like ocean picture, forest picture, mountain pictures. How do we duplicate or adapt or substitute these pictures? We cannot do it at all. So at this point in time, teachers should be creative to omit these pictures. But give explanation about the ocean, explanation about the forest or the mountain can be given there. But pictures, we need not duplicate it or omit it. It will even increase the confusability of the child. So in such situation, we can omit the pictures. So regular classroom teachers with the support instructional material or limited competency-oriented training can usually look after children with disabilities in addition to their regular classroom responsibility. And coming to the inclusive workplace, whatever education we get, our ultimate aim is to become economically independent. Economic independence is our ultimate, anybody's aim. So how does visually impaired children are independent in their workplace? So today's diverse society, workplace inclusivity is more crucial. Everywhere they are now appointed. Now the inclusivity in workplace is very much important. And how does it could be? So accessible physical workplace for the visually impaired person is essential to protect their safety and productivity. Their safety is important, their productivity is also important. We should have accessible physical workplace. Accessible physical workplace include clear pathways, here everywhere clear pathways. I have seen in this mandir everywhere clear pathways and unobstructed walkways, tactile markings everywhere. Here tactile markings in that floor is there. Tactile markings, accessible restroom for them to bars such as grab bars, non-slip flooring, everything should be there for them to work in the environment. And so multi-faceted approach should be followed while giving giving employment to the visually impaired person. Physical workplace accommodation, technological and digital support, training to the visually impaired person. What is your expectation for this person? You give training. Suppose he needs computer training a little more. You give training. So and also train other members in this group. How does you address this person in this group? There is a visually impaired person in our employment sector. How do we address, how do we support this person? Training to both the individual and also the co-workers. And communication strategies. What communication strategies you should have? How do you arrange the meeting place? How do you accommodate them in a meeting place? How do you organize things in a proper manner? Where is the bulletin? Where is the stationary items? Where is the tea table? How do we organize the item? Internal inclusivity should be there. And above all, robust HR policies. How do we recruit them? A visually impaired person is applied for this position. You have to think. The recruiter should think whether the person needs large print question paper for written examination, whether he needs scribe facility or digital facility or anything, any more time is needed. Lighting for low vision person, whether any lighting is required, more lighting required, appropriate lighting required, whatever is requirement, the HR policy should include all these things before providing the employment. And softwares are boon in today's context to help the visually impaired person. There are many softwares available, and the most useful is job access with speech. Whatever it is on the screen, it is read for them to read. So they can use computer very easily. It will read aloud what is on the computer screen, and it also provide braille output via braille printer. It can give, they can access to this. This is also visually impaired student in our university. So he is using computer. Whatever it is on the screen, it is also in the braille, refreshed braille display. Print is on the computer screen and braille display is on her display. This is refreshed braille display. It's in a small device. She can see it in the braille display, and also it is associated with speech. So this is refreshable braille display. Indigenously we have developed, India also developed now. We got it earlier in this. Now indigenous available, low cost, which can be useful for the children to use it. Very much independent they are in education. And another one is read easy move. This is another kind of device. It can read whatever is kept under this device. There is a camera in this device. It will read, capture pictures, and it will read the persons, whatever it is. They don't depend on the scribe or the reader to help. They come and independently they can buy the device also. It can read anything. Anything they can also carry it with them wherever they can carry. It is portable also. And screen magnifiers. Those who are having some vision, they need magnified kind of text, magnified items, so they can use this kind of magnifiers. Computer itself has magnifiers. In addition to that, it will magnify into 36 to 60 times. It will magnify items. Pictures, diagrams, maps can be easily magnified and they can view it. Screen magnifiers available. We can use it for them. And assistant, this girl is writing exam independently. The question paper is sent to them via email, and she will take the question paper and she will write the answers. All answers she can write independently and send the exam papers, write the papers to the teacher's mail. The teacher will correct it. There is no need for anybody else. So much has been done in the technological world of this visual impaired person. They can do it easily. And braille embosser. Braille embosser is there, and it can duplicate 600 pages per hour. High power duplication machines are there available. Whatever it is in the digital format, and the students themselves can come and duplicate the lessons into braille. They can browse it, all browse material or web resources or the email, anything can be duplicated into braille format. And text to speech use. Very much useful now to them. Now we all know that speech to convert into text to speech, convert document into speech, convert web content into speech, convert block into speech. These facilities are available. Even mobile apps have many, very much useful for them to have this kind of conversion facilities. And this is accessible library facilities for the print disabled. In our university, we have established an accessible print disabled library. All the facilities are given. Anyone, learning disabled person also, they are print disabled, they can come and have the facilities at the library. All the facilities, all the gadgets are kept. This is very unique in the country, and we are having it in our university. And they can come and use this library facilities. They can take the book in the library, and they scan it. They can use it for reading. Can you screen it now? Here we have a few minutes video. I'll take 2-3 minutes for that. This we have submitted to see the physical accessible home science block. It's completely, our building is completely accessible. In the lift there is braille inscription. You can come easily and go. This battery car is available for them to commute in the campus. It is 14 acres campus. They can commute easily in the campus. Rails are available. Previously we have only steps. Now we attached rails, ramp, rails. Movement hindered, any disabled can walk easily. They enjoy learning in the school because of the accessibility. Lower kind of things is given. Ramp, entire campus is with the ramp rail, elevators, signages, early intervention unit in the school, physical access, hostel, even the hostel, ramps are set up, placement office, mobility training is offered for them to be independent. Digital book production, we produce books, digital books, and supply to world largest online library. Okay, you can stop now. So, our earlier speaker, Manjula and Mallika, was telling about the attitude. What is the real barriers to inclusion to the disabled person? There are many barriers. This infrastructural or these learning resources, everything. But the most worst barrier in this, the insensitivity attitude of the society. The society is not sensitive to the persons with disabilities. The mindset of the people is the most worst barriers for the persons with disabilities to overcome in their life. The mindset of the people is important. The mindset, after so many years of efforts given by the governments and other initiatives, still the mindset is not changed to the level we expect this. There is an attitude relating disabled person with a disability, not to the ability. We say blind person, visual impaired. We don't say persons with visual impairment, persons with learning disability. We attach disability first and the person next. But we should attach person first. Person with visual impairment, person with hearing impairment, person with learning disabilities. We should attach to that. Our mind should change first. We should accept the differences. Without differences, the world will not exist. The world exists because of the differences. For example, in a classroom of 12, all children are getting, 1 lakh children are getting 200 out of 198, 197 out of 200 marks. The curve will go like that. What will happen to the government? Can you work out anything? Nothing can be worked out. There should be differences. Otherwise, chaos. When it goes straight, chaos. So there should be differences. Then only the world exists. So we should accept the differences. Everything should be the normality. Normality we should have. Only we accept the differences, welcome the differences. Then only we can provide services to the persons with disabilities. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you, ma'am, for reaffirming that visual impairment does not define one's potential for success. I now request Dr. Chandra Janaki Raman from the Sri Satya Sai Vidyavahini training team lead to do the honors, please. Yes, ma'am. We owe our deep gratitude to these champions of inclusive education. Their passion and commitment inspire us to strive for a more inclusive and equitable education system. They remind us that when we open the doors of opportunity for every child, we unlock a future full of promises and possibilities. Let us take this moment to express our deepest appreciation for their invaluable contributions with another round of applause. Thank you. May their work inspire and guide us as we build an education system that leaves no one behind. I end today's session with another quote from Jesse Ventura, lingering in our minds. Inclusion is not a matter of political correctness. It's the key to growth and prosperity, unquote. A special mention of thanks to the faculty from the Indian Sign Language from All India Institute of Speech and Hearing for their exemplary show of sign language over the last 2 days. They are Srimati Sushila Joseph and Srimati Priyanka Kalyan. Thank you so much.